told you there's a man who trains in silence, like a ghost haunting the gym, who eats with the precision of a machine, fueling his body with military discipline, and who lifts weights so extreme they defy what we thought the human body could handle. His name is Anatoly, a mysterious powerhouse who's rewriting the limits of human strength. But behind every rep, every meal, and every moment of his discipline, there's a deeper secret, one that few people truly understand. Today, we're diving into the real science, mindset, and mystery that make Anatoly's strength almost supernatural. From his brutal training sessions to his monk-like focus, nothing about his success is ordinary. Stay until the very end, because the final revelation about how he built his incredible power will shock you to your core and make you question what the human body is really capable of. Anatoly isn't just another gym bro chasing numbers on a barbell. He's a phenomenon, a living mystery in human form. A man who seemed to appear out of nowhere, shattering expectations, defying biology, and rewriting the limits of human strength as if the rules never applied to him. But here's the wild part. Nobody really knows who he is. No flashy interviews, no ego, no drama, just pure, calculated silence. He trains with the focus of a monk and the intensity of a machine, and yet there's something almost unnatural about his calm. How does he stay so composed, so emotionless, while lifting weights that make even seasoned professionals hesitate? It's as if he's not just battling gravity, he's communing with it, mastering it, turning pain into power and discipline into something almost spiritual. Anatoly isn't just strong. He's the embodiment of control. And that's what makes him terrifying and fascinating at the same time. Most people believe strength is forged in noise, in the clanging of iron and the roar of heavy metal music. But Anatoly? He moves in silence. His training isn't chaos, it's precision. Every rep, every breath, every movement is calculated, like an experiment conducted by a scientist obsessed with the limits of his own body. While others chase numbers and adrenaline, Anatoly chases control. He listens to the rhythm of his heartbeat, the flow of his breath, the exact tension of each muscle fiber. For him, lifting isn't about rage. It's about harmony. Every repetition is a form of meditation, no distractions, no wasted motion, just pure connection between mind and muscle. That's his real secret. Discipline over chaos, mastery over noise. And it's that relentless control that turns ordinary strength into something almost otherworldly. People always ask the same question. What does Anatoly eat to stay that strong? You'd expect a long list of supplements, powders, and exotic meals, right? But surprisingly, that's not his way. Anatoly keeps it simple. Real food, real nutrients, no gimmicks. His meals are built on lean proteins, balanced fats, and natural carbohydrates that fuel his body like high-grade engine oil. But the real secret isn't in what he eats. It's in how consistently he does it. Every meal is part of a bigger system, a rhythm of discipline that never breaks. No skipping, no cheat days, no "I'll start tomorrow." He treats food as fuel, not comfort. While others chase quick fixes and trendy diets, Anatoly follows a code. Discipline over desire. Purpose over pleasure. Every bite has intention behind it. That's why his body doesn't just grow stronger, it becomes smarter, more efficient, more unstoppable with each passing day. Here's where it gets deep. Anatoly's true power doesn't come from muscle alone. It's born in the mind, long before it ever reaches the body. He doesn't just lift weights, he visualizes them. Every rep, every breath, Every moment of strain is rehearsed in his head before it ever happens in reality. When Anatoly trains, his mind enters another zone, a space where doubt doesn't exist, where pain is just information, and fear becomes fuel. He understands something most lifters never grasp. The body follows the mind. Strength isn't built from iron, it's forged in silence, focus, and belief. Before he ever grips the bar, he's already conquered the lift in his imagination. That's what sets him apart from everyone else. Not his size, not his genetics, but his mental dominance. Anatoly doesn't just train muscles, he trains control, clarity, and conviction. The invisible forces that make his power look almost supernatural. Anatoly doesn't train for fame. He's not here for likes, followers, or validation. He's not here for applause. He's here for mastery. Every drop of sweat, every lift, every breath he takes inside that gym is about one thing: control. Control of his body, control of his mind, control of his limits. For Anatoly, training isn't about showing off, it's about refining the art of movement. Every repetition is a brushstroke on a canvas only he can see. He seeks perfection, not in being better than others, but in being better than himself, than the man he was yesterday.
He repeats the same lifts hundreds of times, over and over again. Not because someone told him to, but because he wants to. Because in repetition, he finds rhythm. In rhythm, he finds focus. And in focus, he discovers mastery. To him, strength isn't noise, it's music, played in silence and discipline. While others crave novelty, Anatoly embraces monotony because he knows that greatness is hidden in the ordinary. He turns boredom into precision, fatigue into awareness, and pain into progress. Each movement, no matter how small, is studied, perfected, and owned. What most people call obsession, Anatoly calls purpose. He's not addicted to training, he's devoted to it. It's his language, his meditation, his way of touching something eternal through the limits of flesh and bone. That's not just dedication, that's obsession transformed into art. The kind of relentless pursuit that turns a man into a legend, not because the world is watching, but because he never stops watching himself. When Anatoly steps into the gym, everything changes. The air feels heavier. The usual chatter fades into silence. Even the clanging of weights seems to pause for a moment, as if the entire room senses that something different just walked in. People stop and stare, not because of fame or flash. It's something deeper. He doesn't need to announce his presence. His aura does it for him. It's a quiet mix of confidence and mystery, the kind that makes others wonder whether they're looking at a man or a force of nature. He moves without hurry, but with absolute purpose. Every step, every glance, every motion feels deliberate, calculated. You can see it in his eyes, a calm intensity, a focus that could cut through steel. He doesn't talk much. He doesn't have to. When Anatoly trains, the results do the talking, and they speak louder than any words ever could. Around him, even seasoned lifters feel the difference, the line between ordinary strength and something almost supernatural.
Because when Anatoly is in the room, the gym doesn't just echo with effort, it hums with presence. Behind the flashing cameras and viral clips, beyond the hype and internet fame, there's something most people never see. Anatoly isn't chasing views or algorithms, he's chasing progress. He's not interested in becoming a trend. He's building a legacy, one rep, one breath, one disciplined moment at a time. While others post highlights to impress, Anatoly documents his evolution, the raw, unfiltered truth behind greatness. Every lift, every setback, every failure becomes data, part of a lifelong experiment in self-mastery. He studies his form, his breathing, his energy, like a scientist decoding his own potential. Most people see only the victories, the massive lifts, the calm confidence, the viral moments. But the real story happens in the silence, when no one's watching, when he's alone with the weights and his thoughts. That's where strength is born. Not in the spotlight, but in consistency, in those small, invisible moments where others would quit. It's that quiet repetition, that relentless discipline that transforms a man into something unstoppable. Anatoly's not trying to prove anything to the world. He's proving it to himself. And that's what makes his journey so powerful. So what's the real secret behind Anatoly's unbelievable strength? It's not genetics. It's not some secret program or hidden supplement. And it's definitely not magic. The truth is much simpler and far more difficult. It's discipline. It's the mindset to show up every single day, whether motivation is there or not. It's the patience to embrace slow progress, to trust the process, to keep moving forward, even when no one's watching. Anatoly's power was never just built in the gym. It was built in the mind. He turned his body into a mirror of his inner world, calm, precise, powerful, unbreakable. Every rep he lifts is a reflection of the battles he's already won inside himself. While others search for shortcuts, Anatoly built his own foundation, one of self-control, consistency, and quiet confidence. He doesn't need hype. He doesn't need noise. Because true strength doesn't shout, it radiates. And that's the ultimate lesson. No supplement, no secret routine, no quick fix can replace the one thing Anatoly mastered: discipline. The kind that doesn't just make you stronger, it makes you limitless. You don't need to be Anatoly to be strong. You don't need the perfect gym, the heaviest weights, or the biggest following. All you need is the willingness to start, right where you are, with what you have. Start small. One rep, one breath, one quiet promise to yourself. Then do it again tomorrow and the next day. Because true strength isn't built in a single workout. It's built in the moments when no one's watching, when it's just you, your focus, and your determination. Focus on your form. Focus on your breathing. Focus on your mindset. That's where transformation begins, in silence, in patience, in persistence. You don't need noise to prove your power. You just need consistency, the quiet kind that compounds over time until the world has no choice but to notice. That's how strength is born. That's how legends are made. Not in the spotlight, but in the shadows where the real work happens. So now you know, the real secret behind Anatoly's strength isn't just in his muscles, it's deep in his mind. It's in his focus, his patience, and his refusal to let distractions win. He's living proof that the strongest people aren't always the loudest. They're the ones who stay consistent when no one's watching. If this story inspired you, drop a Toly emoji in the comments and tell me, what's your secret to staying disciplined? Is it your morning routine, your mindset, or the reason that keeps you going when things get tough? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications because we're just getting started. The next episode dives into another unstoppable force, another gym legend who's redefining what human potential looks like. Until next time, stay strong, stay focused, and never give up. Because real power doesn't come from what you lift, it comes from what you overcome.